Well, it's Saturday and I am back in the office. It's been a busy week for our law firm, as always, in Pennsylvania, New Jersey. Saturday afternoon, it is a very, very nice day outside. My son had a hockey game this morning, has a hockey game this evening, and he is back at the house with my wife and my daughter. They're having a good time at the house, and I'm here at the office knocking out some quick work. Game tonight, but it's going to be another busy week for us, so have to get some work done before the weekend is out. Put out a blog article regarding the incident recently at Villanova University. For those of you who don't know, I went to Villanova as an undergrad, great school, great university. I had a great time there. And unfortunately, however, Villanova this week made some unfortunate headlines for the wrong reasons. There was a, a alleged active shooter on campus during freshman orientation, actually during a mass that was being given outside by the university president. I believe it's almost like a tradition at this point. They have a orientation. They have the parents who have just get ready to drop their son or daughter off at college, have come in many cases long ways, hours. Some have taken planes, and here they are dropping their son or daughter off in this wonderful suburban campus, which often prides itself on its very, very extremely low crime rate. It's the main line of Pennsylvania, one of the most affluent areas in the Commonwealth, not only there, but also in the country. So a very, very nice area. The campus is beautiful. I mean, the campus is world class, and it's been even better in recent years because they've had an influx of students from all over the country because of the success. Some of the success is because of the basketball team and the national recognition it's received, and it's elevated the university. So they have this alleged active shooter threat, which makes national headlines. Turns out that it was a hoax, but the damage was done. You have parents, you have school administrators, you have new students, all who are now freaked out. The university president put out a statement trying to calm everyone down. The governor came out, made a statement. It was a big to do about nothing, but it's going to leave a taste in people's mouth. Obviously, if my son or daughter was being dropped off at school and I was leaving them there and we just went through this alleged act of threat, I'm gonna feel a little nervous, and especially in a college situation where a kid is going off to school maybe for the first time, being away from family. If you were potentially, reconsidering your decision, that might be enough to say, hey, let's call this off. Now, it turns out that it's a big hoax, and the governor has promised immediate action. In Pennsylvania, this was the point of the blog article. There's really no law targeting what they call a swatting. That term, to be honest with you, I haven't really heard much of it, but it is a unfortunate trend that's occurring not only at the university level, but also at the high school and even the grammar school level throughout many school districts throughout the country. Now, Pennsylvania right now doesn't have anything targeting it, but there is a pending bill in the Pennsylvania legislature that's probably going to be fast tracked now, and the governor's probably going to sign it probably just as soon as they can get it done. Just because of this incident, because it kind of put a spotlight on the matter. It's going to be a hot button issue that will get addressed. But right now, if when the person is found, they're likely going to face felony charges in the Commonwealth. It could be, I mean, really, when you think about it, hundreds of counts, if not thousands of counts of terroristic threats, which is a felony in the Commonwealth. Making a false report to emergency services is not a felony, but it's a misdemeanor of the first degree. The max is 5 years in state prison. The max of a felony of the third degree in the Commonwealth is 7 years. So, but there's a big difference between a felony charge and a misdemeanor charge. There's no mandatory minimum sentencing in the Commonwealth or something like this, but when you're charged with a felony, there is almost like almost like an unwritten presumption that if you're convicted, you could face some jail time in the county or potentially in prison. So the point of the article was just to highlight what a person could face. This swatting, or basically just call it hoax or prank calls, have been around for decades. People have made prank phone calls for decades, but now with artificial intelligence, AI, it's becoming more sophisticated and it's becoming a little more real. But now, when law enforcement receives these threats, they're being done in such a way that they're a little more believable. and it causes havoc as it did in Villanova. You had hundreds of police officers, literally hundreds of police officers, SWAT, state police, probably even the FBI is involved now investigating this. So a lot of resources. You're talking hundreds of thousands of dollars resources, if not millions of dollars of resources from this one incident. Now, the new law that apparently is being proposed has criminal sanctions, obviously, felony level, probably a felony, at least at the third degree, could be even higher than that, depending on if they want to add enhancements for personal injury or, God forbid, even death if it causes some kind of riot or situation where a person unfortunately loses their life. It probably could elevate to probably a second or a first degree. And on top of that, the person would also face a felony murder charge, which is a murder of the second degree, which the mandatory minimum is life in prison. But I'm getting ahead of myself. The point is that they also, in this proposed law, talks about civil damages, and that seems kind of silly because I'll tell you that, well, not even civil damage, just a fine. That's not going to do anything because, I mean, really, ultimately, if a person is facing prison time and receives it, and the judge sentences them to prison plus money plus fines, that fine's never going to be paid. I mean, the Commonwealth and just local governments are probably owed literally billions of dollars in fines that are never paid. And the worst that the person faces is a civil judgment. So that's the point of the blog. I'm going to link it in here. It's a good article. It's just kind of an FYI. I don't believe that. I believe this person will be eventually caught and prosecuted. But again, if you have questions about terroristic threats or calling false reports, if you're charged with something like that, 215-755-9000 in Pennsylvania, 856-793-7429. In New Jersey, the website gambonelaw.com. As always, a tremendous resource for your family. All of my books, my blogs, my videos are available there. We're working on some updates to the website. We're not coming out with them yet, but I want to change up the website a little bit. It's getting a little stale. We try to keep our content as active as possible. I'm always doing videos, always doing blogs, trying to keep everything up to date. We do a lot of that at our office to educate our current and former clients about their rights, not only in Pennsylvania, but also in New Jersey. Our practice is in both states. We do a great job of representing people there. But once again, if you have two questions, 215-755-9000 in Pennsylvania, 856-793-7429. Have a great Saturday. Have a great rest of your summer. It's ending very quickly. Have a great start of this new school year. And I'll talk to you all very soon.